Hello, guys. That always gets me going. Oh, I hope we don't drop out. Yeah, I noticed that if I don't play any music or opening anything else, that things work pretty good. But I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I can't live without music. Just screw it. If I can't do the music, just screw the whole thing. you know, I mean, if we're gonna take all the fun out of it, forget it. You know, God, what a mess. God, what a mess. Wait, I've been working on my Trump. It's a tremendous mess. Yes, it's tremendous. Hate to be you, buddy. Jeez Louise. Look, people, if I know we've harped on this for a long time of is there a new world order or isn't there? Even though many of the members of the order have gotten in front of the cameras and the microphones and said that you know metal up your ass, so to speak, is the plan. It's hard to convince people of these kinds of things or whatever. People just simply do not or block out the possibilities that pure evil wears a nice suit. I think there was a movie called The Devil Wears Prada, and I could think of all kinds of things wrong with the title of that show because I mean, sure, it depicts someone evil that dresses well and all that, but in that particular show is that someone is able to crack said evil and get them to maybe turn over a new leaf. It's simply not going to happen. Simply not going to happen. When Rockefeller was finally concreted, possibly into his final resting place or whatever. These people never, even in the final days, this Satan's spawn or whatever, never turned over a new leaf or whatever. I guarantee you that in Rockefeller's last breath, the only thing was good in his mind was going through his mind was, it's good to be rich. I guarantee you, because that's pretty much what it's all about. I guess I don't know. There are some developments. There's some developments that we know, and then there's some developments that we don't know. So I mean, you guys will just have to look out for this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and point it out because it's happening now or whatever. The Demon Cats, the DNC, apparently has a council that runs the den of criminals over there, and they've all been told to hand in their resignation letters now. Oh, God, do I even have to comment on this? Hand in your resignation letter? Yes, I believe next time when I get pulled over for running a stop sign or something like that, that I'll tell the police that I'll hand in a resignation letter, and that when I hand in my resignation letter, that all of my crimes are non-existent. What crimes? There you go. Yeah, they're gonna let they'll let the rats scatter in the night. I'll bet you their severance package comes with some tickets to Borneo or something. Disgusting, disgusting. But look, this is all that we are noticing. This is all that we are seeing is that they are all giving each other time to get out and get away and avoid any laws or what do you call it? All that stuff that we have to go through. What do you call it? Um, it escapes me. I mean, I must be one of them. I can't even remember the word for consequences for high crimes against the United air quotes United States of America air quote. Tremendously horrible. It's not all thank you, Trump. It's not all horrible. In fact, a tiny little man with strange little ears named Jeff Sessions stood on some phone books the other day behind a podium, and he told the Americas that they're thinking about locking up some of these organized criminals of sheriff's departments, police departments, mayor's offices, city councils. Just kind of goes on and on when you're talking about organized municipal crime. I love saying that. God damn, I should be on TV. Organized crime. Jesus. Are they going to get away? I don't know. That kind of brings me to something that I hope is true, but I saw it on a big fat fraud liar channel. But God, I hope it's true. No, it's not. It's not Nibiru coming in to squash us all. I might talk about that a little bit later. Did thanks to Nibiru Planet X out there for providing the comedy relief for Logan's day today. Thank you, Nibiru Planet X. God, I mean, 2 hours of what do you call it? Of a hard gut laughing that it still hurts. It still hurts right now. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it because I'll get to laughing again. You know how Logan I get to laughing. I can't stop. You know, physicist. All this people, all this time, you keep seeing these titles. A physicist's thoughts. No, you need to scratch that part out of all those titles and put in a nutcase thoughts. Now the title fits. Now it fits perfectly. Look, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to go into detail because it doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. We are talking about people that are talking about something that doesn't and never has exist. A fictional story, for God's sakes. Let it take a moment out of my time. Well, I did let it take a lot of moments today because I needed the laughs. I needed that kind of high quality comedy that I know that I can only get from Nibiru Planet X. Use guys. I can't, if you see those guys, tell them, God, I love it. Good stuff. Where did you find her? By the way, did one of you guys call for a Uber ride a while back or something, and then you had real talkative or whatever, and you were like, "Hey, this she would be perfect as the here we go again, air quotes fizz assist un air quote." So look, people, if your life has been you know let's say unjoyful or whatever, I highly recommend that you go check out the lint from the Three Stooges over there. Oh, you want to hear about the news that like hell was real? God, I wish it was real. If it was just real, I wouldn't. I don't. I think I'd get up with a, have a what do they call it? A spring in the step and all of that. The spryness would come back. The life and color would come back into Logan's skin and all of that. If it, excuse me, if it was true that Trump had just fired Comey, director of FBI Comey, just fired him and replaced him. Get this with Trey Gowdy. Yeah, of course. If Trump was to do the probably the most right thing that America's ever seen in its history, to outright fire and then catch Mr. Comey at the door after he's cleaned out his desk and he's carrying his box out to his car, catch him at his car and arrest him and charge him appropriate crimes, not crimes. Yes, they're way worse than low ones. Oh, and filled the seat of director of the FBI with damaging Trey Gowdy. Probably the sharpest spike in the freaking Congress. Yeah, you could count on people going to jail after that. Oh, and probably a whole lot of them from right there inside the FBI. Yes, I could only imagine how law enforcement of sanctuary cities and the whatnot could proceed under our God, Trey Gowdy at the helm of the FBI. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. Can we dream? Can we dream that big, Jeebus? Look, I've never asked for anything from you people up there in heaven and all that. Can you can you see it in your heart to do America and the world a favor and make Trey Gowdy director of the Federal Bureau of Booby Inspectors Incorporated? Oop, I'm sorry. reading it off a T-shirt. That's the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. I'm sorry. Can we? Do we dare dream that big? That huge? It would be tremendous. If Trump was to do that, it would be tremendous. You say, "God damn, Logan, you are so good. You are nailing that freaking Trump thing off." Look at I took 5 minutes out of my time to work on it. I took the crash course. All it is it's the word tremendous, and you get it lower and you get it in the allotted amount of time because you have to say it at the exact from start to finish amount of time and the tone, and then you've nailed it. The president of the United States, tremendous. Yes, do we dare to hope for a miracle like that? Now, the reason I brought you the story that it's not a story that these DNC officials are being allowed or told, warned, and given their ticket out of the mess today. And I don't know if you might have caught that there is I posted this reporter that's kind of being shunned and locked out because he is asking questions that apparently even the Trump administration doesn't want to address. Now, this is the take that this reporter gives, but I see it a little bit different. What I see here is they would prefer that he shut up about certain things because they are in the middle of investigating them, and that they prefer not to hear or answer any questions about these things because of the little crying children. Snowflakes on the left could bring that up later. I mean, look at the track record here. God, look. I was saying earlier that for some of the real brickheads out there that needed proof of the New World Order, can any of you? This is my proof right here. I mean, there's a entire mountain range of proof out there, but the common sense or the average Joe proof of the New World Order is. Can you remember ever in a time of history where so many people, as if an army of famous people, advocate the killing or assassination of an elected president, and no one goes to jail? How is that possible? Well, it's possible because Donald Trump isn't a member of the witch cult, and just like the actions of the pizza thing, proof is in the pudding. I think Logan, I had a little discussion with you guys a while back about not knowing something for sure about someone until you present the evidence and watch and see what they do. Now, it would be stupid for me to tell you the reaction that would show complete and total innocence. But I can tell you 100% that the actions that are always shown on the suspected prove without the shadow of a doubt that the accusations are accurate. Now, aren't they? Now, I can give you, I'll give you, Logan Running will give you a tiny, tiny, tiny example. Showing someone's picture on the internet that doesn't want their picture shown because they're hiding for whatever reason. Now, Logan Running, of course, has never met anyone on the internet and could never know what anyone actually looks like. Common sense, right? Of course. I might be the greatest freaking most awesome freaking YouTuber of all time, yes. But I'm not freaking clairvoyant or what do you call it? That stuff that site shit, that farce that uh, I can't remember now. I want to say Dean Martin. you know, you know the the CIA, seeing all around. I can't remember what the program is called. But regardless, whatever, Logan doesn't have any of that and blah, 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 and could never possibly know what anybody looks like and blah, blah, blah. Yet, over the years, we have identified many of the perpetrators on the YouTube that prefer to stay hidden by showing their picture and then watching them very closely and waiting to see their reaction. When their reaction is extremely explosive and I'm going to sue everyone and or I'm going to make a website and I'm going to slander and blah blah blah. Well, that is total admission that this is who we say they are. let's just leave it at that. All right. All right. The proof is in the pudding that oh yes, it works. It works every time. On another note, the for some reason the YouTube has ignored. Listen to me. Totally ignored the obvious transition or the metamorphosis of the sun from a highly active ball of explosions and constant CMEs and blah, 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 to a sleeping little of nothing. Now, this is just now starting to be talked about on the YouTube. Do you know why that is? Do you know why that is, people? Because global warming, beyond what some people are hanging on to out there, has been debunked. Yes, that global warming was invented to make a corporation a lot of money, and it worked. And you got to remember, corporation means a lot of people. So of course, a lot of people were involved in the big hoax that made them a lot of money. Now, let's zip back to reality here. Is that without the shadow of a day, even NASA can't hide the Soho images before and after that are archived on their very own site. Now, who cares what's going on and whether we're all going to freeze our asses off or blah blah blah? That's beside the point. The point here is something else that Logan has been saying forever and ever and ever, and that so many brilliant YouTubers and blah 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 out there spending so much time on things that don't exist or things that completely are not dangerous, like chemtrails and all that. And they'll just totally overlook anything of any substance, anything of any intelligence. It seems like the harvest out there is for the lowest common denominator. We see that illustrated in the Nibiru Planet X, the dumbest physicist on Earth production. I mean, anybody with half or less than half of two brain cells left in their mind, they've got to know that it's just pure garbage at this point, beyond what any other channel had to say about this channel or what was behind it. This should be proof, period. But you know what? I guarantee it's not. I'll bet you I can pop in right over there and see people commenting on how wonderful they are and how smart they are, and how praise the Lord Jesus, hallelujah, that these people are here, to present all this wonderful truth to us. One of these days, I can feel it coming already. Is one of these days is that Logan's going to stop caring about the stupid sheep and just let them all walk off the cliff. I'll probably, get me a nice folding chair and a small table to put a nice cold beverage on with a umbrella in it, and a nice big sun umbrella, of course, where I can be in comfort as I watch all the sheep just jump the hell off the cliff. I mean, what do I care if people are insanely stupid? Oh, and victims of their own stupidity. For a long time, it's been an awful lot of fun for me to, try to actually get the truth out. And I've learned many things. I've learned that I've learned that the masses don't want the truth. They prefer lies and horse shit and big steaming piles of bull. That's what they prefer. I was talking to a guy the other day. He said, the truth on my channel. I just I wouldn't make any friends, and everybody was freaking thumbs down at me and all that. I was like, "Wow, man, that's terrible. What did you do about it?" Well, I started lying. I started posting a bunch of fraud, and I was like, everything turned around for me. I was freaking popular. My wife came back. My dog came back home, and it's like I got a new car. Jeez, Lord. You can see the problem here, people. There is no advantage to coming on as a Nibiru Planet X fraudster for all these years. There is no advantage for these people to come on and say, "Look, we were wrong. There is no Nibiru," and Gil Broussard took the money and left the building. And we found out about it later. Now we're all left freaking looking stupid. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for feeding you a big steaming pile for the last year. No, there's no way that this is what Nibiru Planet X can find an Uber driver that likes to talk. Hey, you want to be a star? We're going to go talk about something insane on the internet, and I promise I won't tell anybody who you are. This is how I feel like he set this up. It is, let's talk about another genius wacko, Delfango. I posted this because I was just in disbelief that these people have this kind of time on their hands. Apparently, quite a while back, some either mathematicians or possibly someone who studied quantum physics and blah blah blah, put some puzzles on the internet. And well, a couple of guys that were smart enough to know what they were looking at, because it's it's all Greek to me when you're looking at all that kind of stuff. They knew what they were looking at, and they followed it from clue to clue to clue, and it turned out to be like like one of my viewers told me, Pokemon Go 2.0, you know. And I just saw a while ago that this Delfango guy was headed out to. He thought that he knew the location of the Spear of Destiny, no doubt. Yeah, the same one that and made a copy of. Hitler had the real one, and he made a copy, and he went and showed people the copy because he was afraid that the real one might get stolen or whatever. Now, history's mystery on the real sword of or the spear of destiny is that it went down in a German U-boat while being transported to a safe location. Now, of course, this could be a story to throw people off of the trail of where the Spear of Destiny. Now, people are like, Spear of Destiny, Spear of Destiny. What the fuck? What the hell? You tell you is this some freaking video game? No. Spear of Destiny is the spear that in the Bible that a Roman soldier used to stick through Jesus's chest, but more than likely into his heart to kill him. Yeah, so a lot of people say, well, Jesus crucified on a cross and blah, blah, blah. The accounts of crucifixion in the days was that you were hung for an allotted amount of time, and if you didn't die in that amount of time, they just came up and ran you through. And now, of course, in the Bible likes to be a major production with a cast of thousands. With Charlton Heston and all that. The earth stood still for a second at the moment that the Roman soldier just was checking him, just checking him just to make sure that he had checked out before they cut him down. And regardless, that is your sword of destiny. Oh yes, to possess it, you could be like Hitler. Yeah, yeah, I can't wait to go look for it either. I can't wait for it to be found. Whatever. Homeboy, Del Fuego or whatever, Del Fango, hops in. It was kind of funny because he's a rather large guy and dark colored, and he went with a rather skinny guy, and they did the Blues Brothers thing. I got a half a pack of cigarettes and blah blah blah. Let's go or whatever. So they go out to the Mojave Desert to the coordinates to find this sword of destiny or whatever, or spear. God, oh my God, it's a sword. Spear of destiny or whatever. Gets out there, finds an empty hole. So he says. As soon as that happened, people, Logan smelled something that stunk. What if, what if this Delfango and company are Tigris and Cicada? What if it's them and they've solved their own puzzle to make themselves look like geniuses and in touch with God? it's like a whole new level of freaking fraudy, hoaxy BS on the internet. The only part about it is that I didn't catch whether these guys were taking donations or not. I didn't see anything about that. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. But there's there's something about all of a sudden he has the coordinates to the. I mean, they've been following this forever, for a month or something like that, trying to figure out these quantum mathematical puzzles that only a fucking genius could figure out. I mean, if they could tell me that it's anything, and I wouldn't know the difference. And I think that they're using that to their advantage. That they presented impossible puzzles, then they presented the solution, and now when it comes to he needs to show the spear of destiny on YouTube, the story comes in that someone must have gotten there first and took it already. Good stuff. Things I do when I'm not, just totally puking in my shorts. You can only take so much of this news stuff. I don't know about you guys. I know I can only hear so many quotes from Maxine Waters on how Donald Trump's a racist, but she's not. When all she, I'm going to talk about this here in a minute. I'll be right back. This is this is a big problem that has been a big problem in America for a long time. And how did we get here? Hang on. All right. Yeah. I thought about. I just went to the bathroom and I thought, yes, the infamous one. I thought about. I'm not. I'm not going to talk about this. It's a total waste of freaking time. I think you guys probably know what I'm talking about. That only certain people can be racist. You know what I mean? Only some people can be racist, and then other people can't be, no matter what they do or say. They simply cannot be racist somehow. Yeah. No, I'm not going to talk about it. I mean, what's the point? That's when you'll never win, because as soon as you get close to winning, you'll be called a racist. uh, Day before yesterday or night before last, 4.75 inch hail hit just north of here in Argyle and Denton County. The damage, it's tremendous. Thanks, Trump. The I mean, it's just total devastation or whatever. The house, the roof is totally beat in. The cars are totally beat in. The hoods are tulipped into the up in the corners, and all the glass busted out of them. And it's just, I mean, the cars are ruined. Even if you put glass in them, there's like, the hoods are beat down into the freaking engine. A little early in the year. And what I thought was, a little bit unusual about this is that some of these people said that they'd lived in this particular place for their whole life, blah, 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 30 years or whatever, and that they'd never seen hail like this. Now, we're supposed to be hammered here any minute. I'm looking at the clock now. It's about 8 o'clock. And they warned us earlier that there'd be damaging weather and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, There's a people. I don't care what anybody says. They're not reporting a hurricane that is in the north of Australia right now. They're not reporting this thing properly. I think it's because they can't. You know, they because they don't have the terms for it or whatever. You people know that hurricanes go up, up. They go up to and stop at category 5. Well, Debbie, wind speeds and strength and blah 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 are beyond a category 5. So Debbie would be at least a category 6, or maybe a category a 5.5. The footage that I saw, well, you can go see it yourself. Trees are just broken off at the ground, and the land is just clear, and the wind is going completely sideways. Of course, there's quite a storm surge or whatever. So, flooding. The last report that I got was some over 100,000 people without electricity or water. Oh, and they were evacuating a new area of folks or whatever. Now you got to remember, this is almost directly on the other side of the world from us. So they're just not. Over here, I think they mentioned it on the news just for a second, just like yeah, Debbie hits North Australia, and then and in other news, while meanwhile over in Northern Australia, they're getting devastated. You know, they're getting schooled on the word disaster. And I expect more changes like that. Or stronger this or that. Oh, hang on. I got a good one for you. Got a real. How can the chemtrail people explain this one? They're all throwing up. I do mean throwing up or spewing this story about. Now some what do you call it? A university wants to do some testing in the clouds with the spraying something out in the clouds. They want to go up and they want to try to test this, and they're just now announcing that they're going to go and start doing this cloud testing by spraying something in the air and blah blah blah. Just now. So all these chemtrails, of course, are jumping on this. Oh, look, wait a minute, wait a minute. These people are talking about doing an experiment. They're looking for a particular result. The experiment has a beginning and it has an end. How does this in any way become affiliated with the big fat fraud liar channel enhancer called chemtrails? The mass murder from the sky that nobody calls the police on, that are breathing the same air. Yeah, they don't call the police because they know it's stupid and crazy, and they know if they call the police are going to think they're stupid and crazy. So many of those nutballs out there. They love to call the police all the time on other YouTubers that have exposed their trash of what they actually do on the internet or whatever. They love and make phony reports, blah blah blah, but they won't call the police about this mass murder that they're so worried about going on. Well, it's just proof. Proofing is a fraud, is a fraud, is a fraud, is a fraud. Like when you can't come up with a real physicist So you go through McDonald's drive-through, and you take the lady working the window, and you put her on the radio and just say, "Hey, you know, just follow my lead." people, people, you should be insulted. You should be insulted by people like this on the YouTube, thinking or counting on that you're that stupid, that your mentality is less than two, that you'll actually believe that this person is somehow a physicist. Maybe there's another physicist that we don't know about that means dumbass, dipshit, idiot, know nothing, fraud. I'll have to look that up. Jesus Louise. Another proof of the New World Order. The New World Order, of course, says that there are no Democrat or Republicans, that they're all one party of criminals. This is completely outlined and pronounced by the fact that the criminal lying trash called the Republicans that promised to pull the abomination care wouldn't. Oh, and upon explanation of why you're lying criminal trash, they said that 24 million illegal aliens, illegal fellow criminals, might lose their health coverage paid for by old Marine One's taxes. That ought to piss him off. Well, I tell you what, we're seeing nothing but filth and lies and liar, frauds, and criminals at the top. It's a breath of fresh air to see Greg Abbott, Superman in the wheelchair, Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, chomping at the bit to put all of this criminal scum behind bars and naming them on television. I mean, he's telling them straight up, "I'm coming for you." God damn it. You know what I mean? But God, if they just let me in there, I'd carry him around. Fuck that chair. You get that chair out of there, I'll carry him around on my back. I'll be the silent legs for the force of Greg Abbott. Wish he had a more powerful name, like I don't know, Major Steel, or something comic bookish or whatever. Max Power. Nope. We're gonna have to settle for Greg Abbott. It doesn't sound too powerful and all that. Yeah, and he is in a wheelchair and all that. But this is completely insane. What you've got is city officials, city leaders, sheriff's departments, police departments, all breaking the law by decision. All organized crime by political decision. I don't know. More and more and more people are waking up to this and just saying, arrest them all. Starting with a congressperson like Maxine Waters. I don't know if you've seen the comments from this I can't say anything about it because she's she's immune. She's immune to everything, and can call for the death of our president on the Congress floor. I like to think that this Pelosi and this big Chuck Schumer and his Maxine Waters, that their days are numbered, that they can actually be charged under what is called the Sedition Act. If you look that up, you'll find that this is something that hasn't been enforced in many years, and blah blah blah. That you can't get on the Senate floor and call for the death of the United States president without going to jail and serving time for your criminal act. Well, I tell you what, Stephen Christ ought to be just beside himself right now. He ought to be like, God damn it, well, they didn't have any problem stuffing me and charging me and blah, 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 and that bitch was never president. I can see him now. I can see him now punching holes through concrete walls. I understand, Stevie. I feel your pain, Stephen Christ. I don't understand that concave earth crap. But, boy, I powerfully understand misjustice in the Americas. So we were talking about hang on. We were talking about doing stuff to see what people's reactions are. Yeah. Yeah, like showing some criminal's picture and see if he blows up on you and proves that that's his picture and blah blah blah. Well, this little Pizza Hut thing that's going on the internet. I told you at the beginning of this that the term fake news was invented to cover up this story of the pizza stuff. Yes, that there's absolutely nothing new about the elite pizza parties. My God, people! If you go on the internet, it's all actual footage, actual places, actual people, actual times, actual. Nobody would make this stuff up. It's just too tremendously horrible. Thank you, Trump. The idea that people are making this up somehow. It's ludicrous. You know why they're getting away with it so far? It's because it's just so horrible. People want to shut it out. They want to shut it out. They're like, oh, God, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. You mean the elite powerful in the Americas act like just like the ones in the Middle East? That they buy, sell, and discard people as furniture? Oh, and you always got to factor in that so many of them are in on it in one way or another. That's another real problem with getting the cuffs on anybody, because they afraid if too many dominoes go behind bars that the whole row could fall. It's obvious in front of your face with this Comey thing. Comey, I guarantee you, if you checked his bank account, he's got one in Switzerland with just numbers identifying it that is maxed out for his participation in the cover up. Because that's how it works, isn't it, people? That's how it really works. I saw something today about Trump wanting or I'm sorry. I was going to say Trump was doing something great. No, I was listening to Michael Savage say that Trump needs to form an independent team to investigate each and every crime of each and every player. Man, we're just now getting started in this thing, but I'm telling you, something beyond what we're going to learn for I imagine quite a while, because Trump, instead of going ballistic on all these fraud criminal organized criminal scum that didn't vote out the Obamacare as promised, he moved on to something else. He moved on to tackling something else, instead of jumping up and pointing out and shouting from the rooftop, "Look at these frauds! Look at these criminals! Look at the organized crime! I want the police in here right now. I want these people arrested." No, there's some reason he didn't do that. And the reason is TikTok. There ain't no way in hell that Trump and company are depending on these criminal embedded criminal liar frauds for his intel on all this stuff. No, with Trump's money, I guarantee you, he's got several private investigators all going at one time. If I was him, I'd have an army of them, hundreds of them, bringing the proof. I would replace the attorney. I would replace head of CIA. I would replace head of FBI, and I would get in contact with the makers of handcuffs and tell them, we've got a big order that I need filled immediately. You seen them frauds and Fruit Loops and queerdos protesting in the streets? You know who's behind that? You know who's behind all of that? Y'all say George Soros and all that. Well, who do you think is buddies with George Soros? Don't tell me Clinton and all that. No, he's buddies with all of them, with all the other witches. John McShane, all the other frauds. It won't back the United States president. I don't know why I'm expecting a miracle or hoping for a miracle. You you can't even do nothing about the frauds and the criminals and the liars and the trash and the scum right here, right here. That's a there's a there's a tremendously sad thought that this is the hope of you overcoming the professional frauds and the criminals and the new world order of the national media and elites, that nothing but low life frauds on the internet is your only hope to defeat professional organized crime. God, that's too bad, ain't it? That is too damn bad. Well, that's fine. Look, they're not focused on it anyway. They're all still believing in something that doesn't exist. I know they ain't believing in it. Ain't none of these frauds believing in it. They just know if they turn the tap of crap off, it turns the money flow off. Also, it turns the views off. What a bunch of trash. Yeah, for the most part, to the from the people on the internet or whatever, they got the government they deserve. I mean, because it's them. They act like they do the same thing. They're just as fucking criminals, trash, scum, garbage, Satanists, child molesters. You know, freaking blood drinkers, butt scratchers. They're the worst. They ain't no these people are no different than a criminal. What do you call it? New World Order. So, there's always been one part of the New World Order that Logan couldn't necessarily disagree with, and that's that one of heavy depopulation. They say get it down to 500 million or whatever. I think get it down to five. Okay, 10, and I get to pick them. So yeah, it's a good thing I'm not in charge of the New World Order. I wouldn't leave anybody. Yeah, yeah, there really would be raid in every one of those airplanes. I call it the cure for YouTube. Death from above. Enjoy. Oh yes, and now you're right. And of course, if Logan running behind the chemtrail operations or whatever, of course, it would be highly efficient that they would only have to make one pass over your house in Michigan. Yep, and that'd be it. Everybody drops like flies, and then we bring in the cleanup crew and auction your house off. Man, now that's what I call progress. You know. Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm evil. I mean, wait, I'm racist. Evil and racist. Well, I beg to differ. Evil would mean intentions are of something that's bad for everyone all the time. That depends on if you're one of the 10 or not. Hang on just a second. Sorry. Yeah, I know crickets is bad news. Look, I don't know. I don't have any solutions for any of this. And there's really no point to even pointing any of it out or not. anymore. I was telling a buddy of mine at work today, is like, one day I always told the people that one day I'm going to be the one that, gets to upload that we're all screwed. And that I can rejoice and revel in my triumph that I figured it out first, that we're all screwed. Well, I think we pretty much know that already. So the surprise, the joy, the excitement of being screwed is kind of lost. I don't know. What's happening overseas? Look what it's more the same, people. There was a strike on Mosul the other day. Over 200 civilians blown into pieces, and it was the U.S. coalition. uh, they wouldn't admit it for a while. They were like, oh, war is hell and blah, blah, blah. But then later on, they finally admitted that, yes, we blew up those several buildings. And yeah, those were all, but, we thought that they might be terrorists or whatever, more, just absolute more. Proof for Assad and Putin over there that these people, this U.S. coalition, they're nothing but murdering and supporting ISIS terrorists, while they tell their people back at home that they're not. Just like that, and they buy it. When all the proof shows that there probably would not be a big Islamist force out there, heavily armed and heavily trained and all that, if it wasn't for the total architect, the United States freaking government. Now these are war crimes. You remember that? You remember war crimes, like when they found all those dead people over there in after World War II in Germany. They found just dead people, like just stacked up in mass graves, and just piled up all over the place. It's a war crime. You could film it. There were dead bodies everywhere. Blah blah blah. Okay, you can go over to Syria right now, and you can film dead bodies everywhere, blown into little pieces. Blah blah blah. War crimes, extermination of people that have nothing to do with war, with the invented war in the first place. You say, oh, but Logan, they're going to go to hell. Oh, that's not good enough. It's not good enough, and it's not fast enough. Who gives a shit if they're all going to hell? I want to see them in hell right now. We're inching closer and closer. Look, if a couple of years ago, if one of you was to tell me, you come to me and say, "Hey, Logan, running, we're gonna see our president and governors of states call for law enforcement against criminal organized crime under the name of law enforcement." If you told me that was going to happen, I'd say, "You are nuts." Don't you know Sandy Hook was a false flag? God, freaking Sandy Hook people. Ugh, don't. You know, people, we've seen events time and time again that actually happen where people go on the internet and totally terrorize and make a bad situation worse. and especially in the case of Sandy Hook, become criminals themselves. All the Sandy Hookers. I feel, actually, I know that all the people that upload on chemtrails are criminals, are criminal trash. They are slandering a very valuable industry that has an impeccable record. And everybody knows that flying is the safest way to travel. And the idea that these people are murdering people, it's just so, every one of these pieces of trash needs to be smacked in the face until the juice comes out. How can you be so freaking stupid? You don't deserve to live among the living. Look, nothing would be better than your chemtrail story to be true, so you would be gone with your stupidity. Look, you're so stuck on chemtrails. Why don't you go suck on the tailpipe of a car? Please. Prove it to us that only the airplanes are dangerous. Just go take you about 3 good breaths off the tailpipe of your car, and then come back and tell me about your chemtrails. If somehow you can rise from the grave. Yeah, there's a special place for all of them. All the lying scum trash on all the different levels. It's just like, who's not? It would be so much easier for Logan to make a list of who is not involved in the big criminal industry of lies and fraud. That'd be one short list. Now, hang on. All right. I can look. I can't see the comments or anything over there, but I guarantee you somebody's over there going, "You posted some stuff that was questionable and blah blah blah, motherfucking." You can't talk because you're doing the same thing. You're blah blah blah. You people are that's your problem. You're newbies. Your head's way up your butt. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I think I've said this before. I have to post all kinds of garbage to stay relevant. Yes, the fraud that Logan Running perpetrates is staying relevant. If I quit posting the unusual and blah 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 and just stuck to debunking, I'd be sitting over there like Daza. Like and no matter what comes up on that channel, you expect it to be some monotone debunk of something that doesn't matter. You know? And I'm just not gonna be stuck in that box. I like to post all kinds of garbage and then come back later and address it. I think it's the best way to combat this. How am I going to tell you that these people are lying and this is all garbage if I didn't post it and get the attention of the garbage in the first place? You say, "Oh, Logan, oh, but that's deceitful." What the hell ever? What planet are you living on? This is an information war. I'm gonna fight it however I want. It's so freaking hard to get ahead on any of this. I mean, because for every one of me, there's 1,000 of them. I made a comment on some fraud's channel the other day, and I got the immediate comment, "Logan Running is a such and such, blah, blah, blah." I was like, You stupid piece of idiot. You old brainless idiot. Yeah, you don't know anything about Logan running, or you wouldn't be making that comment. I ran on about these freaks. Well, but we, look. You're literally along for the ride, and some things are looking a little bit up. Think about 2 or 3 years ago when we were still under the abomination or whatever, when everybody on the internet was talking about FEMA camps, gun grabs, police state, blah, blah, blah. Well, some of that has been lifted by by Donald Trump being in office just immediately. I don't know why people hate it. I don't think these people ever hated Donald Trump. They just hate that he's president and whoever it is that they wanted isn't. It's not that anybody hates Donald Trump, because you can't. I mean, he's the most normal, average, everyday guy, except for the wealth and all that, as you're going to get. We've never seen a president talk about shutting down the tariff, zero tariff problem, and the trade uh, debacle. Where other countries can import their garbage for free or little or nothing, and if we export anything to their country, we have to pay through the nose, and that hurts companies doing business. And all of these things that he's addressed to bring high paying jobs back to America. How could anybody hate that and want to kill him for it, and go act like a big pussy in the streets because of it? Well, that tells me all I need to know about you. Thanks for identifying yourself. Now we know who the enemy of freedom in America is. It's not just illegal aliens. It's the special snowflakes that can't understand the world that they live in. Well, you hate America so much? Why don't you get the fuck out? I'll say it again. Oh, you hate America? You hate Donald Trump? Why don't you get the fuck out? I think the last dime that myself or anybody else listening would like to spend on you is for a one-way ticket to wherever you decide. See, you're so goddamn smart. Why don't you go somewhere else and make it great and show me how wonderful you are? Yeah, Nancy Pelosi, why don't you rip up your almost $3 billion that you've made off of being in the United States government, making criminal deals for 30 years? Why don't you rip up all your crap and take it to Mexico and make it a better place? And take Chuck with you. All this trash off of your backs, off of your loss, off of your uh, diminishing safety. Yeah, these are the same scum that want to bring in every last stinking Muslim, Mexican, fill in the blank, and move them in next to you where you can support them directly. Well, they can go live in their ivory towers and never have to see or deal with any of it, or stand in line behind it while it uh, decides what lotto tickets it's going to buy on your time. There's you. There's you a good one, folks. There's you a good one. You've lived in this country your whole life, and you probably play the lottery every week, and you may have somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 in the lottery, and then your illegal alien neighbor in his government house by you next door wins the lottery in your town. Oh, but he deserves it. He deserves it. You don't. Yeah, you don't for well, I can't blame the people for not going to their police department and demanding that they enforce the law. Logan Running can't blame all the people of America for not going to their local sheriff's department and saying, "You fucking criminal trash! If you don't want to do your job, we'll find somebody who will, and put you behind bars." Yeah, I can't blame the people. I mean, if people went around telling the truth like that, things might get done. Isn't that right, Greg Abbott, Jeff Sessions? I don't know. We can only, of course, we can only hope for the best. I've been giving a lot of thought to, we know that the New World Order will pull a another big event. Of course, my it's not my analysis. It's actually what has been said is that there will be a big event pulled on Israel. I do not believe that at this point the New World Order feels confident enough to pull the false flag in Israel while Donald Trump is sitting as president. As long as Donald Trump is president, I don't expect that to happen. Now, I don't know how crazy or what the limits are to these baby raping, blood drinking, witch trash to do this anyway, and possibly carry out that assassination of Trump all at the same time. Because they are out for blood. This witch cult with all their minions on the TV. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. One of my favorite shows is coming on, the Outer Limits. Man, if it's black and white and sci-fi, I am there. I don't know why. I don't. It's just I can't get enough of stuff that nobody else would watch. So you guys take it easy, and I'd say hang tight at the moment. It looks like that the more the truth comes out, that the liars and the criminals are losing ground. Now this is slow going because there are so many involved in the criminal cabal, organized crime called the Senate and the House, and the FBI and the CIA and all these other folks. This may take time, but with a small appointment here and a big firing there, you never know what this country could look like in a couple of months. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, even though I'm not super superstitious. But at as far as what is going to happen in the immediate future, all I can tell you is don't look to Lord God for what's going on. That's the only advice that I could give you. Oh, and about 300 other constant tabloid trash posters. Everybody plays their part in muddying up the water where we can't get a clear picture of what's going on. But I've got a real clear one. One of these days, when I can clear my mind, I'm gonna go at this start to finish. I'm going to say, you are here, and this is where you're headed. As if anybody cared. Well, thanks for coming by, guys. I really appreciate all the support and the lack thereof. Yeah, I would say that we're all in this together, but every man for himself. And you guys be careful out there. Don't believe anything. And usually, when something really shocking, blah blah blah, you better let that thing stew for a day or two. But if you want to know the truth about a criminal or fraud or a liar or any of that, you just go forward with whatever you have and watch for the reaction, for the proof that you need. Logan out.